Hello everyone, good evening. How are you doing? All right. Welcome to Twitch, welcome to YouTube. I hope you're all doing fantastically well midweek here on NFTV, and we are talking something a little bit different here on the channel. We're talking about what the ownership has in plans for NUFC Women. Of course, NUFC Women are in the news a lot, which is fantastic. So we've been championing that for the last 4 years to try and get them highlighted, promoted as best that we can as a channel. And it's great to see the likes of Becky Langley on Sky Sports News, and the lass has been training at the first base team today over the past few days, which is fantastic to see. It's absolutely fantastic. So welcome aboard, everybody. If you can smash the like if you're joining, that'll be absolutely fantastic.
I don't know that one.
Even my Alexa doesn't even want to join in on that one. I don't know why my Alexa's piping up there, but yeah, smash that like. We've got a few to rattle through. We've got some things that we want to talk about with the women's side of things. But first, as ever, we are sponsored by OneFootball. Hello everybody, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We are pausing the video there to tell you about our sponsors today, who are OneFootball. OneFootball is the best app out there, it really is. We use it when we're at the games. We use it also when we're on live streams because it has up-to-date pings, tells you when Newcastle have scored, tells you about incidents during the game, and it also you can check the app for all the stats about the games. But even better, you know what it's like over the summer. It's going to be ram-packed with transfer rumours. OneFootball puts all of the articles across the web into one place for you. Download it. It's free. The link is in the description. Yeah, so thank you very much to our sponsors who are OneFootball. So thank you very much for that. Connor's in the comments there. He's saying, evenly, will you be there watching the game on Sunday? How are the lasses? Yes. Me, Johnny and Sam are in the director's box for a change. Yes, so we've been invited by NUFC Women, which is lovely of them. I think that's just because we've been promoting them, having the interviews on, and we've been, like I say, been pushing them for 4 years. So it's great to see. But yeah, so a lot of people will probably be finding out for the first time this Sunday who certain players are, where Newcastle United are. There'll be a lot of Googling, I can imagine, this week as well. But as we know, Newcastle United are currently sitting second in the fourth tier of English football. That's Becky Langley, who's pictured there, the manager who's been on the channel a couple of times, and the title is still on. There's 22 games to play. Newcastle do have a game in hand. They're 6 points behind. Look, they need a favour, of course. They need a favour. Newcastle have got Alnwick Town on Sunday, and they'll give them a hiding. There's no doubt about that. So if you're going on Sunday, £3, £1 for the kids. Newcastle are expected to score a lot of goals on Sunday, so expect to see that. However, Newcastle do need a favour of FC United of Manchester. That's who Liverpool Feds are playing last game of the season, whereas the tune have got, I think it's Barnsley, because that was the original game that we were meant to be playing. But yeah, this title is still on. It's been a fantastic season because I've been to Druid Park for the last few years, and Newcastle have obviously had the season curtain railed with the pandemic, stopped it, and the lasses were hovering around mid-table and the last couple of seasons before that as well. So it's fantastic. It's achievement that Beck Langley's done. It's an incredible achievement considering a lot of these girls are part-time and don't get paid for it, which is great to see, and getting the support. I think they need it to be championing it. Please get yourselves along to St James's Park this Sunday. But we'll go through what Mehrdad Amanda have got plans for the lasses because it's class, and you know they're sitting there down in the fourth tier, and hopefully they get promoted. If it's not this season, it'll be next season. We've seen them introduced to half time. Becky spoke. They came on at half time against Leicester at St James's Park, which is great, and this will be the first time ever that any NUFC women's side are going to be playing at St James's Park, which is absolutely fantastic. And a lot of the girls are Newcastle fans as well. So we had Georgia Gibson on the channel not so long ago, and she was like asked the question by the lads, by Johnny and Sam, what would it be like to be played at St James's Park? Have a look at this.
When we did meet with Amanda the first time when she came along to training, that was my last question I asked her. I said, Amanda, will we ever get the chance to play at St James's Park? I think it's certainly something that's been looked at. The question's been asked, but again, I think if we get that chance this season, it'll be fantastic. It'll be certainly memorable. Like we say, we talk about it still. Me and Katie say if we walk out on St James's Park to local hero, we could potentially cry. But it's every Newcastle fan's dream, surely, to play at St James's Park. I mean, if you go and watch a match there, it's not going to be 52,000, but just the atmosphere, the stadium, just everything about it would be fantastic. But whether it happens this season, next season, whenever, just it'll be a big day for the women when it does happen. So hopefully it's soon. Hopefully not too far away.
I think Georgia already knew that was happening personally. But yeah, it's great to see that the lasses are playing this Sunday at St. James's Park. And as I say, Becky's been doing a lot of media this week. And, you know, get yourselves along, please do. They're hoping for double figures to 10K more. When we at the FA Cup game, that was over 2,500. So hopefully, you know, like I say, there's going to be goals. There'll be plenty of goals. And then there's big plans for the women's side, which I want to talk a little bit about now. And this was obviously Mehrdad, who's trying to champion it as well to try and get people to come to the ground. Look how fantastic ladies at NEFC women are playing this Sunday at St. James's Park. Under 18s are free. So if you've got kids, young girls, young lads, take them along. It's free. And adults are only paying £3. Please come along and support them. Please do. It's absolutely fantastic that, you know, Mehrdad and Amanda have been pushing it. They've got big plans for the women's game, especially with Newcastle United involved. And you know, they've even got a match program. The women have actually having a match program as well. And it's, if you can't get there, if you live too far away, it is going to be streamed on NUFC TV. But more importantly, try and get there if you can. Please do. Please help the lasses out. Katie Barker, who we've had on the channel, absolutely honoured to be on the cover of the programme for a massive game this weekend. She's absolutely buzzing in number 9. We're going to have a look at Newcastle's. I'm going to predict Newcastle's women's predicted 11 this season. So we'll give that a go. And maybe you can familiarise yourself with a couple of the players when we bring up the team sheet shortly. But 2 match programs. There's one for Liverpool, and there's obviously one for the women's game, and it's highlighting the focus. And I've always wanted a WSL side in Newcastle to have that side, and because of the previous ownership, we never really had it. And you know, Durham have got the best side in the northeast, and they're sitting in the championship at the minute. The old WSL 2, but you know, Sunderland used to be the top dogs, and it's a sad state of affair. Women's football in the northeast isn't great, but hopefully the owners have plans, and we're going to go through these as well. This is a 5-year plan for the women's side, which is great. This is fantastic, and new owners want NUFC women to be playing Champions League. We're going to be the champions by 27-28, so that's 5-year time. Obviously, we all know the big guns in the women's game, which are like your Chelsea, your Man City, your Arsenal. From the English side, Leon absolutely dominant in the women's game. But Amanda and Mehrdad want to push the squad on as equal as the men's. Obviously, you've seen the men's Eddie Howe performing miracles the second half of the season, which is great. And what's interesting is that the foundation look after NUFC women. And I got this from Mark Douglas's fantastic article in the iPaper. NUFC women NUFC are going to be taking back control of NUFC women from the foundation next season. That's a big thing because it's kind of been left aside, but it's great that the club will be taking it on, and hopefully you'll see a lot more player interviews with the likes of Ruth Cochrane, Katie Barker, Georgia Gibson, Casey Elson, and Becky Langley, the coaching staff, like you do already with the first team, which would be great. They're also going to be paying the squad, as I mentioned earlier on in the stream. A lot of the lasses are just part-time. So they're actually going to be slowly, I don't think it'll happen overnight, but I think it'll be slowly, gradually coming in. And eventually the girls will move to full-time, which you will find a better caliber of player. A lot of lasses, in fact, 99% of them are all local lasses from the likes of Durham, Newcastle, Gateshead, Sunderland area, who play for NUFC women. So they'll be looking to have a transfer budget and bringing in players from outside to make the squad better as they climb the table. Becky Langley is important. That just said that it's focusing that they don't just come in straight away and go crazy. The key is trying to get promoted out of this 4th tier, which they're going to be up against it on the final game of the season because Liverpool only need a point against FC United Manchester, who aren't really great. But it's a big thing that there's going to be money ploughed in the women's game, and whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. You're going to see it, and it's fantastic for the women's game. But also, in Mark Douglas's article, he mentioned about the sporting director is going to be driving this goal on. So we all know that Dan Ashworth is the one who's very, very strongly rumoured to come in. We've already done a video on this a few months ago that Dan Ashworth is heading through the door at Newcastle. Obviously, Brighton just don't want him to leave with the garden leave, but he's going to be looking after that. And obviously, he's done fantastic stuff. If you look at England's women's team, remember when they come 3rd, when they're over in the Northwest, Northwest in America? North America, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm thinking of my map where I am. And then obviously England come 3rd, got a bronze as well. So it was great to see that. But yeah, that's what the goal is. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Got a few comments that are coming through as well. Why was the opposition changed from Barnsley to Alnwick? It was because Tom. It was it was fixture change. Barnsley are a better opposition. Look, we're going to wallop Alnwick. So, but if you like goals, get yourself down there as well. The Geordie View. Looking forward to the occasion. Will also be the last game versus Barnsley as well. I think that's Lawrence, isn't it? Lawrence Taylor. Can't see Liverpool Feds dropping any more points, but will expect us to go up next season. Yeah, when we played Liverpool Feds and we drew, that penalty, wasn't it? Oh, that penalty that hit the bar. Chris, evening, you as well. I hope you're doing well. Right. We're going to do something. We're going to show you the team. Let me get this open. I want to go through the Newcastle lineup just to get yourselves maybe a little bit familiarized with the lineup. This is the 3D version. I'll just get myself out the way so you can have a little look at this. So if I spin it around, so Newcastle predominantly play, and sorry if I'm giving any tactics away, Becky, I'm sure you trust us. So it's normally Grace Connolly in goal that you can see here. Newcastle normally play a 4 at the back, which is normally the captain, Brooke Cochrane. Then you've got Watts, you've got Ellen Packen, you've got Skelton, who will play at left back. But sometimes that can be Jane Holland might come in there. Beth Guy normally plays in centre midfield alongside Erin Nelson. And then Georgia Gibson, we've touched upon her already. Goal scoring machine, 21 goals this season, playing in that number 10. Outright on the right-hand side, Laura Robson. And then over on the left, Casey Elson, who we interviewed after the FA Cup game. And then up top, you've got that goal scoring machine, Katie Barker. Absolutely fantastic. So it will be a 4-2-3-1. I don't expect that to change. And if we come out and have a look now, we're going to have a little play around here. So let's open up the tools kit. So we've got the captain here, Brooke Cochrane. I've already done a mistake. Great stuff. So we've got the captain, Brooke Cochrane. And I'll just rub that out. Can I rub that out? No, I can't. Great stuff. So the captain, Brooke Cochrane, down here. And then we'll look at the lineup and Skelton. Now, normally, when I've seen Newcastle United Women, you normally don't see the fullbacks bomb on too much. I wouldn't say the modern day fullbacks where they're literally bombing up and down here. I wouldn't say they do that as much because you've got the likes of Robson who will run down this wing and Casey Elson, and she can play on the right as well. They're both very pacey wingers who will cause problems and then come inbound as well. So it's a lot of problems that Alnwick are going to have this Sunday because they'll come in and cause a lot of problems. But the main girls, of course, are these two. Goals in them. Absolutely goals in them. Katie Barker, you know, every time she scores, she's a little ankle biter. She's hours biting. She's getting on the end of things. She's a pest. She gets scrappy goals. She gets good goals. She's pacey. She's just watch for her this Sunday because I don't know if you can bet on Newcastle Women, but if you can, these two are the one you want to put the house on. Georgia Gibson, again, we had her on the channel as well. She's another one that she'll come forward and help out. She'll literally bomb forward and come forward and try and bag herself a goal. They were laughing on when we had Georgia on the channel that they're having a bit of competition. But it looks like Katie's going to win that because there's only a couple of games left of the season. But without a shadow of a doubt, these are your goal threats, without a shadow of a doubt. So keep an eye on those two on the weekend as well. We've got Beth Guy, who will sit midfield. Nice little neat passer. We've got Erin Nelson, who I expect to start alongside her in centre midfield unless Rosie Mizzen comes in. But I am expecting these two to play midfield, keep the ball neat and tidy. Bit of a bite in midfield. I like that as well. But they obviously objective is to try and get the ball forward, out wide, and use our attacking strength because we're very, very good going forward as well. You might have heard of Ellen Packen before. She's obviously on the posters and the covers for all the Newcastle United kits not so long ago as well. So you might have seen her face, the blonde girl who will be playing centre back. And obviously Grace, I spelled Grace Connolly wrong. She's going to kill us for that. But yeah, that's how I expect Newcastle to line up. And like I say, there's going to be goals in this women's side. Please get yourself down because it's going to be a good fun day out. Get yourselves down. I mean, you might fall in love. You just never know. You might fall in love with the women's game because we like it here at NFTV. We've been covering it and pushing it. We've done plenty of interviews, twisting on that the club should be looking after it a lot more under the previous ownership. And now, of course, they are coming in and doing a lot more stuff. And we've got a little clip from Becky and Casey about the ownership when we interviewed them just after the FA Cup game. Have a look at this.
Amanda and Mehrdad have been absolutely brilliant with us so far. And as we've said, it's not just financial investment people want, it is that emotional investment in the women's game. They care, they want us to do well. They're lively on social media, we're showing their support, and it was brilliant obviously seeing Mehrdad here today and just even coming on the pitch and chatting to the girls after and sharing his vision for the women's team. So we feel much more a part of Newcastle United Football Club, which is fantastic, but we've just got to keep pushing, and everything that's controlled is us on the pitch first and making it attractive to make people want to get involved and help us more.
The emotional support has been great since they've taken over. I mean, we've met a few weeks ago, and just their interest in the women's football, we've built so much alone, and now with their support, like we're going to go further, and we know that.
So that was Casey Allison and Becky Langley, who we interviewed after the FA Cup game. But as I say, it's massive plans from Amanda Stavely, Mehrdad Gadusi to push the women's on. They've got big ambitions to try and get them in the Champions League. Money's going to be spent. The girls are eventually going to be moved to full time. So if it's not this season, which is looking a little bit unlikely, but the girls have got to go out and just win their 2 games and hope that Liverpool slip up. It is a big ask, but they'll absolutely batter Alnwick, no shadow of a doubt about that this Sunday. But get yourselves along to St James's Park. Big plans for the women's side, and you'll see a lot more of them without a shadow of a doubt next season when the clubs start taking over as well. We've got a couple of comments before we're finished up as well. Eli, hopefully I've pronounced that right. Barnsley have rescheduled a County Cup final on the Saturday. They asked for it to be moved so they could play this game at St James's Park, but was declined by the FA. It's a good point that, because the Barnsley lasses would have loved to play at St James's Park, but also a lot of the Alnwick lasses will also be supporting Newcastle United, as in not the women's team, but in general Newcastle United supporters, because Alnwick's you're talking 30 mile north. Will the Barnsley be game? No, it's not, Wendy. It's just this one. But yes, but it's great for the women's side. You're going to, as I say, you're going to hear a lot more from them. They are pushing, as you can see, the league table. They're currently sitting in second in the league. They need your support. They want to go and smash the attendance record, which would be great. First women's side ever to play at St James's Park. First ever women's manager, Becky Langley. She's very proud of that. So please get yourselves along there. Give us a wave if you see us as well. We're going to be doing videos covering the women's as well. It's only right too. But yeah, if you can smash that like, everybody, have a good night. Watch what you're doing. Take care. Bye-bye.